putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. I'm giving you signs. Our theme today is signs. Things to look for in the coming year. And what's been going on from 2017 and what will continue, and how do you need to discern all this information coming at you? You know what's funny about all the information coming at you? The thing that you do that you need to learn how to do best is what to omit. What to say, I'm not interested. And I can tell you from personal experience in putting together radio shows, it's tough to go, is this going to be of interest to my listeners, my friends, and my family that's out there listening? Or is this just for my own, my own little curiosity? And is it important? Is it important to me personally? Is it important to the world at hand, etc.? It's separating the wheat from the chaff. And who knows? Some of you guys will say, Kevin, why didn't you cover so-and-so? And I go, like Sheila Jackson Lee and the whole incident with the plane. We did a meme on it. And what did we put? We put Sheila Jackson Lee in first place, and we called it a privilege class. See, there's economy class, there's first class, and there's privilege class. And we put privilege class where black congresswomen can kick everybody off of a plane or make them go sit at the back of the plane, like she's some kind of Rosa Parks. But I didn't write about it. People, Kevin, why didn't you write about it? Because it was all you knew. What was I going to add to it? A little comedy? I did say, Holy Mother of Rosa Parks, because I thought that was kind of crazy that they kicked this white woman off a plane. And it turns out this lady's like a big environmentalist. She's a big lefty. So, again, the left teaches itself a lesson. Yeah, there are elitists that can get you kicked off the plane, environmentalists. You worked very hard so that black woman rights would surpass yours, and she could get you kicked off a plane. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Anyway, here's the thing I want to talk about in terms of signs, because the more I learn about Barack Obama, the more I chuckle at his abject incompetence. And the more I really just want to be the fly on the wall when leftists are really talking openly and honestly about their feelings about Barack Obama. They may like this lady that got kicked off the plane. She may publicly go, I've done a lot to help black people. I don't understand it. But behind the scenes, you better know she's all, man, that crazy black woman, how they gonna kick me off a plane? She went totally sister. That white woman went sister. You better know she did. She was finger up in the air, neck moving around. Go, I can't believe they let that black woman on the plane in front of me. What kind of thing we doing here? She just went crazy, and deservedly so, because she's an idiot. Leftists think they're helping black people do what? What you help Sheila Jackson Lee do? Pull rank? Show you that Democrats believe themselves to be elitists? Let me tell you what I believe a true conservative would have done. They would have said, is there any way possible to get me on the plane? No, Mrs. Conservative, and I realize you're Congressman so-and-so or Congresswoman so-and-so, but we have no way. And they'd go, okay, fine. When's the next flight? What else can I take? Sheila Jackson Lee didn't have some, my mother's dying. I got to get home at this time. Look, we've all been there. I got stuck in an airport. I've been stuck in, I don't know, at least 5 airports in my life. Sometimes here in the States, a couple times internationally, well, at least one time internationally. It's no fun. But it is what it is. But not for them. Anyway, we were talking about what are the signs that people are starting to look differently. And I want to play this. This is Doug Schoen talking about the FBI. And Doug Schoen I think he's a Democrat strategist. But here's what he says about the FBI.
Doug, I wonder if this is going to backfire at all on the Democrats, only because it seems, well, we all know the Russians had some kind of interference in our election. But as this all starts to add up, what we're finding is that this so-called dossier, which was largely discredited by everyone, was somehow treated potentially as a reason for looking into the Trump campaign as the first place. If they find that, Doug, I just wonder if it's going to land the Democrats and Hillary Clinton's team in a whole lot more trouble than anyone anticipated.
Well, first, it's not Hillary Clinton's team anymore. Second, that's a very big if, Trish, and we don't know for certain what, if anything, the dossier was used in terms of the FISA court. And third, as you've reported, 4 people have pled guilty, including General Flynn, and we need to let the investigation run its course. That is not to say that there are not abuses in the FBI. The Republicans are right. We're seeing more and more of those every day. But you can do both. You can finish the investigation. You can see where, as Jason Chaffetz said, where the facts go. And you can also investigate the FBI, because what we're learning is very, very troubling, more so on a daily basis.
It took him a while to get there. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. But he, after laying out, General Flynn and Manafort and all, General Flynn, Manafort, Papadopoulos, none of them are going. They have nothing to report negative about Donald Trump. In fact, Papadopoulos said Trump asked him to arrange a meeting. Then they found out through his emails that wasn't the case. Moreover, when he testified, and we just posted on this, I think yesterday, when he testified, he says, no, he didn't actually ask me to set the meeting. I was just trying to do it on my own. After the White House turns over 20,000 of Papadopoulos' emails and says, here they are. The minute there was any sign of impropriety, here you go. Here's Donald Trump Jr.'s. Who else's do you need? So you explain to me how guilty people turn their stuff over versus what Hillary Clinton did, which is bleach bit, hammer disk drives and phones, delete her own emails, but run against freedom of information, fight stuff in court to keep stuff from getting out. Is that the way innocent people behave? Oh, I couldn't let you see my personal emails from my yoga and if you are not guilty, you say, here are all the emails. Go through them. There's 30,000 that I think you're going to have no relevance to what you're looking for, but you'll be able to rifle through those pretty quick. So here you go. And then put 125 investigators on it. We already know the fix was in. I don't need to go through that again. But here's the other thing I want to show you. I want to talk about, here's another sign that things are awry. And this is another discussion about the FBI. And this came from CNN. Here it is.
Because he went to Hillary Clinton's victory party, he needs to be gone. And then, is that it? Then can the investigation move forward?
As long as there's no more bias, and I think that we're getting to the bottom of that. I think also Congress should be able to access the problem with Strzok's firing is that the investigation was stonewalling Congress as to why he had been fired. I understand that it was politically sensitive and they were trying to play the political game, but the problem we have here is that the FBI appears to be inherently political, inherently biased. I think the director has done a good job with Strzok. He should have been more forthcoming about why he fired Strzok. I think Weissman needs to be gone. And I think, the director is moving forward resolutely to conclusion here.
But I mean, listen, Michael, it's just absurd on its face to think that the FBI is some den of lefty liberals. It just doesn't hold water. As you know, I mean, the people leading the investigation are Republicans, and the FBI is a crime-fighting organization that I think if you did a poll, most people would say that they were Republicans. It's just not the lefty organization that the president is painting it as.
No, I think that the people who have been called out, like Strzok and his lover, I think Weissman and others, are an anomaly at the FBI. I think most FBI agents, in fact, I know a lot of FBI agents, former and present, who I've worked with over the years, who are upset about the perception that their organization is political, and they're upset that of the behavior of some of these people at the investigation. The morale itself is a little bit low over at the FBI because of this perception, and weeding it out is probably the first thing that needs to be done.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So that was a guy by the name of Michael Caputo. He's having the discussion with Allison Camerado, formerly with Fox, who went over to CNN, and he essentially says the FBI appears to be inherently biased. How are you going to argue that? You know what the left's argument is? Well, it's not all of them. Come on. Ask yourself this. Do they argue that for police? When there's a cop killing, have you ever heard a person go, these CNN, MSNBC people go, look, the police are overwhelmingly good, etc. It's said so, so tepidly that it's overlooked by the case of, oh, this cop just shot a heinous criminal like a Michael Brown, or, I don't know, he wouldn't call him heinous, but certainly a criminal. He tried to kill a cop, or some of the other names that we all have come to know, but they don't say a word. They buy the narrative. But the idea that these very corrupt, at the highest level, FBI people don't represent the agency, well, they're the leadership of the agency. What do you mean they don't represent the agency? Of course they do. And then, well, let's take a poll. Most people would say the FBI is Republican. Really? So what's that supposed to mean? That the handful of Democrats running it aren't crooked?
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.